Yo, what up, Golden State Warrior fans? Um, right now, I'm watching this game, the New Orleans Pelicans versus Golden State Warriors. Yo, to say the Warriors suck is being friendly, is being nice. It's an understatement to say that they suck. They are really bad, but understandably so, right? They're missing some of their key players, but that got me to thinking: how do you fix or repair this Golden State Warriors team? I mean, they got a lot of flaws now. Who do you keep? Who do you get rid of? Um, so that leads to the question: how do you rebuild this team? Now, starting back next season, I'm pretty sure they won't have this bad record that they have now. Um, so, what I suggest for the Golden State Warriors to get back into playoff contention, back in championship contention. Okay, for starters, um, let's look at your starting lineup. There's three guys in the starting lineup that you automatically want to keep. That's Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Andrew Wiggins at the three, right? You have to change your number five position, and you have to change your number four position. Draymond Green has to come off the bench, I think, for the Warriors to be a contending team next season. It's time for him to come off the bench. I know he gets those guys open. He plays good team ball with them, but he's a little past his prime now. He moves a little slower, and he's just not that go after it guy that he used to be. He used to be very active on the defensive end, full of energy. He just seems like it's gone. He just doesn't have it in him to play like that anymore. So with that being said, you're paying him a lot of money. You can either do two things with Draymond Green. You can have him come off the bench and try to be a defensive stopper from coming off the bench, or you could trade him. Now, the free market is going to be full with role players. So, my suggestion to the Golden State Warriors is go and try to get Boogie Cousins back. Plug him in at the five. Okay? So that'll leave you with Klay, Steph, Boogie Cousins, and Andrew Wiggins at the three. Now you're going to be missing a four, right? You could go undersized and go and get Kenneth Faried. You could get a guy like that, and Kenneth Faried is good because he could run the floor. He's very active on defense. I think he's just what the doctor ordered to replace Draymond Green because he could do all the little things that Draymond Green used to do. Now he can do it. So a guy like Kenneth Faried is a good one. Now, also, I would sign another guy defensive minded. If he still has some left in the tank, I don't know. But I would go after Joakim Noah to come off the bench. Okay, you're gonna need some more defensive stoppers. So you have Joakim Noah coming off the bench with Draymond Green, but Draymond Green has to take a little more of a role of being a scorer. If Draymond Green can't be a scorer, you're gonna have to probably trade him for a guy that can score. Now, what I'm trying to do is, as looking at this like a GM, I'm trying to balance out the amount of offense and defense that you're gonna get. All right. I think DeMarcus Cousins would be perfect for the system again because he could play defense, but he's also could do offense. So you would have Klay, Steph, Andrew Wiggins, and Boogie Cousins, all offensive threats, right? And you have Boogie Cousins, who's never known as a great defensive player, but those could be your top four scorers of the team because there's only one basketball. You can't have everybody scoring. Somebody has to do the dirty work. And Kenneth Faried will be perfect to play your four to run up and down the floor. I think that's a good starting lineup for them. If you don't want to go with Kenneth Faried, go with a stretch four that could stretch the floor and shoot the three ball, right? But now I said a guy like Joakim Noah and Draymond Green coming off the bench. That's defense, but you're still gonna need some scoring, right? So get a score. Pick up like a Lance Stevenson. Let's see who else would be good out there for scoring, because there's always people available on a free market. You could pick up that. Or you could go and get young again, because you got a lot of good draft picks. Get some scores that could come off the bench. Some athletic guys that play the 3 or 4 position that has defensive power, a defensive minded style player, but he could play the 3 or 4 position. You could do that with the draft pick. Pick up some guy like that in the draft, or you could go young. But I think the first 6 players that you could keep will be those 6 players I think you should keep. Now, assuming Joakim Noah still has some defensive ability in him, I think that'd be good. But I think he'd be good for the Warriors. But flip side to that is he has bad knees because he's kind of old. So maybe Joakim Noah won't be your best selection. But you're going to need to hit the reset button on your 5s. Willie Cole-Stein, I believe that's his name. I know I'm not pronouncing his name right. I know who he is. I'm just not pronouncing his name right. But he's good. But the Warriors, man, they got a lot of, like Charles Barkley would say, tomato cans out there. The other dude, what you call it? You got Looney. Looney need to go. You got to get rid of him. So you got to clean house on that bench. I think you have to get another guy to replace everything that you lost, right? So here's what to do. You lost Iguodala, so get an athletic wing through the draft that has that same type of Andrew Iguodala type of skill set that could score. That'd be your number 1 scoring option coming off the bench. Keep Draymond Green, but have him come off the bench if you can't trade him. If Joakim Noah has nothing left in the tank, like I said, you could go and get an athletic 5 through the draft, or you could see who falls, during the summer free agency. Kenneth Faried would be great, like I said, but he's undersized. But he'd still be great for this Warriors system because he could run the floor and dunk the ball, rebound, play D. You're gonna need some amount of defense on here too. I'm trying to think of this is all off the dome. Who could fit right into a Warriors system, plug him right in. Jamal Crawford would be a great fit, but he's all offense and no defense. The Warriors still need a defensive wing. But if you want a guy that could just give you some quick buckets, Jamal Crawford would still be a good choice. If he still has some left in the tank, that's another one. You lost. This is a guy that you do keep. He's getting better. He's like he reminds me of Draymond Green. Can't remember his name right now from the Warriors. I think it's Eric Pascal, something like that. Forgot his name, but he showed good signs early in the season for the Warriors. You could keep him. And I can't believe I can't remember this guy's name right now. I don't know why it's just skipping me right now. But that'll be a good pickup for you to get. Now, you could also try to trade some of those draft picks in and get a good player on the market. If you don't want to do that, I do believe a guy you could probably get your hands on, since the Warriors like guards, you could get yourself your hands on a player like Isaiah Thomas, if he still has some left in the tank, if you want to give him a shot. But I think Isaiah Thomas will work good with Draymond Green because he sets picks. So he may get some of his mojo back if he could do that. Now, I fully suspect the Warriors to hit the reset button during the summertime, and I think those are some of the moves that they should make. But so far, I think they're on the right track, but they have to start cleaning the house, to be there. Andrew Wiggins is no Kevin Durant. He's not going to fill that gap of what you got from Kevin Durant, but playing with Clay and Steph, he's going to get a lot of good looks. So during the summer, if I was him, I would work on my offensive game, and how you could fit him into the system if that's the route you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Or you could just stay in pat and keep trying to lure Giannis Antetokounmpo over there because they do want him. The Warriors do want him. And that'd be one hell of a pickup if they could get Giannis. They'd be championship contenders right off the bat if they could get Giannis. But anyway, peace.